In March 1916, the government brought in conscription, ordering all single men aged 18 to 41 to join the forces. But thousands of men like Alfred registered their objection to taking up arms. Across the country, local tribunals were called to decide their fate.
And here are his tribunal papers. He sets out why it was he was objecting to military service.
I have a conscientious objection to participating, either voluntarily or compulsorily, in the taking of human life, or to being an instrument for aiding others. God, it makes sense in the destruction of the same, as I believe in the principle of the oneness and solidarity of the human species as being one of the fundamental principles of existence. I don't like wars. I don't. Just killing of other people just in the name of war. It's not right. Sorry.
No, it's perfectly understandable. Now, the tribunal heard that in this very room.
Really?
Yep. The tribunal accepted that he had a genuine conscience objection, but for Alfred and many others, they suggested that he should join what was called the non-combatant corps.
A section of the army created specifically for conscientious objectors, the non-combatant corps instead put these men to work in roles where they wouldn't have to bear arms. Carrying stretchers, in construction, or maintaining supplies. But for Alfred, to be any part of the army was still supporting the war, and that he refused to do.
The police came around, arrested him. He was deemed to be an absentee under the Military Service Act and handed over to a military escort to go straight to Army camp, which was at Richmond Castle.
I understand why he did it. I admire him, I must say. What a brave decision to make, to stand up to your government, to your people, and saying, no, I won't do it. And I'll take whatever punishment you give me.
As Bhasker finds out more about Alfred, his other cast members are all on their own journeys to uncover the stories of the real villagers from an Emmerdale 100 years in the past.
I was at Esholt's. It's very nice.
Lives across Yorkshire's villages and cities were changed forever by the Great War.
Any more for any more? Can I offer?
Ordinary people faced extraordinary challenges. The forgotten heroes of a country in its darkest hour. Bhasker's following the trail of strong-willed factory worker Alfred Martlew, an hour north of the Emmerdale set, to Richmond Castle.
I really want to find out what happened there, whether the fears that I have for Alfred are real or not.
A medieval fortress, during the First World War, this castle became the base of the Northern Non-Combatant Corps.
Welcome to Richmond Castle.
Thank you.
Nice to come this way.
Senior curator Kevin Booth is here to show Bhasker the next part of Alfred's story.
What a place.
Some people, Alfred being one, refused point blank to have anything to do with any action
All right.
that would further the cause of the war.
What happened to those who didn't do anything, didn't
They're
follow
subject to
orders?
military discipline. You might get solitary confinement for 48 hours.
Really?
And that's what's happening to a small number of men here at Richmond, and they're put in the building we see over here.
Separated from his family and fiancée Annie, Alfred's steadfast convictions were being met by the full force of British Army discipline. As Bhasker's about to find out.
My God, it's dark.
Yeah, this is the cell block.
Yeah.
Where, as a conscientious objector, you'd refused orders, you might well get placed. Dark.
Dark.
Cold, no heating. Stone floors.
And they brought Alfred here.